Welcome to another episode of MZ Talks Boxing.
And now your host.
I'm sure by now everybody has made their reaction and given their opinion on the fight with Charlo and Montiel last night. It turned out to be a fight that many were not expecting. Now, a lot of people feel that Charlo should have made easy work of Montiel because of the 40-1 underdog or what have you, and it was a lot of factors to play into that. But what I would like to go ahead and bring out, honestly, what I seen in the fight was Charlo putting in a lot of work. Let us understand this. The dude's motor is unbelievable. And many of you have already said this before, that he and his brother are always in shape. They're always ready. They're always ready to go. So I give this victory in no small parts to the fact that Charlo was in such great shape. Now, I'll say that it seemed to be a struggle of a fight in some people's eyes because Charlo didn't get rid of the guy. He didn't put him out of there. Montiel, I don't believe, showed up to be taken out of a fight so easily. What people are missing is, yes, Charlo threw a lot of leather last night. A lot of leather. But he was not landing flush with all his punches. A lot of his punches were glancing blows that were bouncing off the gloves, bouncing off the arms. Montiel's defense was not something to be sneezed at. Of course, he got caught a few times. And he couldn't put out as much of an offensive output as one would think. But his defense really held up and kept him in the game. He's quite awkward, and he did a lot of switching from left to right, right to left, southpaw to conventional. You understand what I'm saying. People need to give, in my opinion, Charlo, I'd say a grade of about a B. Yeah, there were some adjustments made throughout the fight, but I think Charlo should have slowed down because he was allowing Montiel to almost smother his punches. Now, a lot of people are going to say, where did you see that at? His walking down of Charlo, he kept him where when Charlo threw some of his hooks and a lot of his punches, they kind of overshot. Go back and look at the fight and you'll see what I'm talking about. Again, Montiel's defense, not flawless, but it was good enough to keep him from being knocked out. And couple that with his heart and determination, he put on a good showing. Now, listening to Maul speak, you can tell that Maul, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, but he sounded like a warrior that actually enjoyed the fight. He has a swollen eye, and it almost, to me, seems like he was wearing that swollen eye with pride. Because in his defense, he was in the fight where somebody just didn't lay it down, where somebody kept coming. And he had to keep putting his hands on the guy because the guy wasn't going away. There were good shots landed between the both of them. I hope that Maul learns that he has to get off of the center line. He can't be eating straights and jabs and left hooks to the body on a regular basis. That's not a good diet for any fighter. Now, when it comes to Andres, him fighting Andres, that's a different monster altogether. And you'll have to see how each of them take punishment. Same thing with Canelo. But hats off to Montiel for coming in there making it a grueling fight. People are going to say, well, Maul washed him. What he did was be busier, have a higher output. I wouldn't say that he just washed him. Montiel, like I said, once again, his defense kept him in the game. Can you imagine if his output was like Jamal's? What do you think?